Hello and welcome to the Maker's Circle, a space where conversations go beyond products and projects and into thinking, responsibility, and leadership shaping the built environment. I'm Nidhi Somani, Director of Somani Ply. I'm here today at M. Moser Associates with Director Reema Bhandari. I have always admired the clarity and calm authority you bring to your leadership. Thank you so much, Reema, for having me here today, and welcome to the Maker's Circle.
Thank you, Nidhi, for having me here as well.
We've spoken a lot about sustainability, net zero, ESG, and local manufacturing. If we anchor it in one idea, it's really about materials with purpose. So when you look at materiality today, what does purpose mean to you?
So for me, the purpose is accountability. As designers, we look at thousands of materials on day-to-day of projects. At this point of time, every material that we choose have to have information about embedded carbon and social implications, as well as long-term performance consequences. So purpose means really asking, what's the cost of this choice that we make beyond the surface? That mindset shift is really fundamental.
And beyond the surface is something that not really we always pause and think about. It really makes selection of materials, the choice of materials is becoming much more intentional these days.
Oh, absolutely. It is.
Yeah. As a global architect, how deeply do you investigate sourcing and transparency?
Much more rigorously than before. We evaluate embedded carbons, life cycle performance, certifications, recyclability, ethical sourcing, and most importantly, whether the data behind those claims is credible. If sustainability is claimed, we expect evidence. Design today is not just creative, it is analytical, it has to be.
And that's a very healthy shift.
Absolutely.
It forces manufacturers to measure, document, and communicate responsibly.
Absolutely.
Are clients driving this or architects leading to it?
I would say, Nidhi, it's evolving into shared responsibility. Clients are more informed. They ask about emission details. They ask about traceability. They ask about circularity as well. But leadership still sits with us as architects and designers because sustainability shouldn't be depending on a brief. It should be embedded in how we practice, regardless of who asks.
Very true. And sustainability is becoming part of the culture and not just compliance.
100%.
How do you see Made in India? Climate strategy or cost advantage?
It can absolutely be a climate strategy if we approach it intentionally. Proximity reduces transport emissions. It improves oversight. It strengthens collaboration between design and manufacturing. India has enormous capability. If we align that capability with transparency and measurable sustainability benchmarks, Made in India can become a global benchmark and a global standard, not just a commercial proposition.
That's very encouraging for the Indian manufacturers. Are the Indian manufacturers ready for global sustainability benchmarks?
Many already are. The leaders are investing in innovation, material research, carbon reporting, and process transparency. What we now need is an ecosystem alignment between the design, manufacturing, supply chain, moving with the same ambition. That's where the real transformation happens.
True. So capability exists, alignment is missing.
Yeah.
And I think collaboration is the key for that.
Collaboration is key.
At M. Moser, your workplaces function as living labs. How has that shaped your thinking on materials?
So it's changed it significantly. When you design spaces that you occupy yourself, you observe real behavior, how materials age, how they respond to the climate, how they affect comfort and well-being. We test, we monitor, we learn. It makes our decision evidence-based rather than theoretical. And that's powerful because it closes the gap between design intent and lived reality.
That's amazing. And you get some immediate real-world feedback.
100%.
That's really nice. Architecture and manufacturing have traditionally been male-dominated. Are you seeing meaningful changes there?
Yes, absolutely, Nidhi. We are seeing, and it's very encouraging as well, we see more women in leadership roles, in project management role, in construction management role, which was not the norm before. So basis that I'm seeing a very diverse leadership behavior in the rooms where decisions are made and women are playing very key role in these dynamics.
One word for women shaping the built environment.
Resilient.
That says a lot. Your advice to young women entering this field?
Be technically strong. Curiosity builds depth, and technical competence builds credibility. I would suggest confidence ensures that your voice is heard. You don't need to shrink to fit the room, and your perspective is part of what makes the room stronger.
That's such an honest advice. Confidence backed by competence. That's the key. If you could go back to the start of your career, what would you tell yourself?
Trust your instincts sooner.
That's very true. And so many of us can relate to this. If you were a material, what would you be and why?
I would say bamboo. It's resilient, it's adaptable. And for every leader, adaptability is key and the most important trait that we see today.
Very interesting. One material trend you'd retire.
Anything that markets sustainability without measurable data behind it. The future depends transparency, not narratives.
So transparency is becoming non-negotiable.
It is non-negotiable.
What inspires you more? Places, people, or materials?
I would say people always, Nidhi. Spaces exist to support human experiences. Materials are the medium. The people are the reason.
So it brings everything back to purpose.
Absolutely.
If you had to summarize the future of the built environment through the lens of materials in one line, what would you say?
I would say the future of material doesn't depend upon what the material looks like or feel like. It's also about how it performs over the time. And that responsibility belongs to all of us as designers, as architects, as manufacturers and suppliers. It's an ecosystem that we need to deliver together.
Right. Shared responsibility is the only way forward. And that's a powerful place to end. Thank you so much, Reema, for sharing such thoughtful insights. It's been a conversation more than just materials. It's been a reflection on leadership, accountability, and responsibility in the built environment. Thank you for being a part of the Makers Circle. And for all the viewers watching, stay tuned for many more such conversations.